Life is peaks and valleys, and change is the only constant in this world. It's inevitable. Unexpected change could be devastating and scary, or it could be a blessing. What if change involved the loss of your loved ones? What if change determined your future? Will you be discouraged and give up, or use this change to rise up and shine and be the light to others? Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and guests, good evening. My name is Janet Vasquez Jules. I am 46 years old and an entrepreneur. My father was a policeman in Northern Samar and was killed in the line of duty. My mother was left with 8 children with no job and with a small amount of assets. With a sudden change in her life, she couldn't handle it. 3 years later, she died of cancer. I was only 8 years old then. I had no idea what our future holds. At a young age, we experienced poverty. This enormous change in our life had never stopped me from dreaming big dreams, and it created a burning courage and hope in my heart. After 3 years of my mother's death, our eldest sister graduated summa cum laude with a degree of Bachelor's of Science in Education, majoring in English. She was immediately employed as a public school teacher in her hometown. She took up our parents' responsibilities, sending us to college. Each one of us take turn to help other siblings to accomplish theirs too. Constant change is certain in our lives, and is always tested by faith, hope, and courage. I am a licensed midwife. I wanted to take up a bachelor's degree. I went to Manila and supported myself to finish my computer science degree. Living alone and a self-supporting student was really challenging, but with all the challenges, I was determined, believing that I have greater things ahead of me. I remember singing this song every time I leave the school. I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. Do you know that song, or can you remember that song? When you are discouraged, try singing a song that will lift you up and strengthens you. For me, singing that song lifts my spirit up, and I have a strong conviction that I can soar in any circumstances I was in. I worked in 3 multinational telecom companies where I developed extensively my project management skills, professionalism, and confidence. In every company I worked for, my goal was to automate redundant tasks and automate reporting. I did this passionately. I did not stop until I was successful. Constant change is a constant opportunity. Just be open and ready for change. I work in Singapore for an Australian company in a project management role. One of the reasons I work in Singapore so that I could save more money and travel to different parts of the world. I also dreamed to have a good husband. I thought that all of this would give me joy, fulfillment in my life. At a time, I was also seeking my spiritual growth because I felt empty. So I enrolled in pastoral studies at Rema Bible Center in Singapore. This was the most amazing, unforgettable experience of my life. Every after class, I experienced overwhelming joy, peace, satisfaction, and fulfillment. And I believe that time that Jesus Christ was the only answer of what I was looking for. I now understand that not travel, not a husband, not a high-paying job, not even wealth could ever satisfy me, but Him alone. I went back to the Philippines and worked again for my previous employer. I also started teaching Bible studies in local churches, served a leadership role in one of the ministries. After working in the telecom industry for 18 years, I got burned out and I decided to build my own business. Starting a business with limited financial resources, with lack of manpower, was really challenging. But my fighting spirit was so strong that I never give up, never back down. In from any trials. It was exciting and exhausting, but satisfying. In the busiest day of my life, I met this South African American citizen online in 2019. But COVID and lockdowns canceled our 2020 wedding. In March 24, we meet here in Cape Town. I am finally married to this wonderful, witty, and clever husband, Richard. I asked the Lord to give me a rich husband, and truly he heard my prayers. But I think he misunderstood my prayers. He gave me instead rich, sharp, rich in love, rich in laughter, rich in God's love. All through these years of troubles and struggles, sufferings, there was courage, hope, and determination in me, with tons of tears. I survived, I conquered, and I win, not because of my ability, not because I am courageous, and not because I am lucky, but I have the God who gives me strength, courage, and determination. He who guided me in all through these years. In his promises, I hold strong, and in this verse, I find inspiration and motivation. Arise and shine, for the light has come, and the glory of the Lord has risen upon you. If anyone here is going through some difficulties and misfortune in life, I'm not discounting what you are experiencing today. Affirm yourself and tell yourself, arise and shine, for the light has come and the glory of the Lord has risen upon you. The battle is in our mind, conquer it. Remember that our great asset is our mind. Master it. Throw away the limiting beliefs in your head. Greater things are ahead of you. Always choose to win, choose to live life, and say no to defeat. Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Janet. That was a wonderful speech. We really got a glimpse of who you are because of your speech right now. So, and it's a reminder for every one of us to, when we pray, be specific. Just kidding. All right. So,
Yeah, thank you, DT and Fred. Good evening, everyone. And of course, good evening, Janet. I'm so happy to hear about your speech. No, I never thought that it's an icebreaker speech. I feel like I'm listening to a motivational speaker. That's how I felt when I was listening to your entire speech. And I feel so encouraged as I listen to your personal story. And overall, I see how confident you were already, the way you speak, the way you were able to share your personal story, even those things that were a bit sensitive, I would say, those past things that you have gone through, the challenges that you have gone through until you reach where you are today. And as you move towards your journey with Toastmasters and with the Pathways program, you will be learning about other things that you will work out in your speeches, part of which is, of course, the vocal variety. So when it comes to vocal variety, it's the play of your voice and your intonation. Like, for instance, if I may cite one of the portion of your speech is when you were sharing about your father and your mother. So you can like rekindling that painful past, like my father was a policeman, and I will never forget that moment that during his duty he was killed. Something like that. Like it may be painful or what, but that would bring us to that painful situation. And like years, it was only my mom who were there raising all of us. But later on, she was also gotten by a cancer. So those things, the emotions, and then from those sad moments to the happy ones as you transition to your story. Another thing as well, on your succeeding speeches, yeah, I like how you were able to catch things like singing portion and asking question. You may also do that at the start of your speech, especially in your succeeding speeches, to catch the attention of the audience right away. So these are one of the techniques that you can apply as you proceed to your speech. Overall, I like how you were able to deliver your speech. And you mentioned that you shorten your story. Okay, I see. So yeah, it's important that we are managing the time, right? That's also part of the skills that we're gonna learn, especially that you are interested to join the contest. So overall, I like how you were able to deliver your speech. It's really an inspiring speech, and I'm so excited to hear more of your stories. You have met the objective for this icebreaker. So looking forward to more of your speeches. Back to you, TTM Fred.
For Janet, maybe I have just a few comments for Janet. I like your sense of humor. I'm just wondering, what's your family name now, Janet?
Schultz. Schultz.
Schultz. Wow, di ba yun yung cotton magnate sa Amerika? Schultz. Okay, so you're married to a very rich man, Richard. Okay. I like that. I like that. And then I like a very substantive speech. Rich also, like your husband. And I hope you can also one of these days club hop and give one of your speeches in our club as well. We would welcome that, especially the content of your speech is very up to the atmosphere in our club, Managers for Christ Toastmasters. But of course, we will not take you away. We will not take you away from our mother club. This is your club. But congratulations, Janet, for a wonderful speech, very inspiring, and we can learn from your speech. Your journey through life, and being an overcomer. So let's give Angel and Janet a round of applause.